Hello, everyone, and a big warm welcome back to Let's Shuō English. I am Gia, and I am absolutely thrilled that you decided to join me today. You have made a fantastic choice. You are investing in yourself. You are building your dream life, and that makes me want to dance with joy. Now, wake up your brain, because today's topic is electric. It is not just about English. It is about money. It is about freedom. We are going to learn how to stop working for money, and we will learn how to make money work for you. Take a deep breath in. Fill your mind with possibility. Now, let it out slowly. Let go of your worries. Let go of your stress. We are going to listen to the story of a boy named Robert. Robert had two fathers. One was poor, one was rich. Robert had to choose which father to listen to. Are you ready to learn the secret? Let's Shuō English. Chapter 1. Two Dads, Two Worlds. Once upon a time, in a sunny town in Hawaii, lived a young boy named Robert. Robert was 9 years old. He was a smart boy. He liked school. He liked to play games. But Robert was confused. He was confused because he had two dads. Well, he had one real dad, and he had one mentor. A mentor is a teacher, someone who guides you. His real dad was very educated. He went to university for many years. He had a PhD. He worked for the government. Let us call him Poor Dad. Poor Dad was a good man. He worked very hard. He went to the office every day. But he always worried about money. At the dinner table, Poor Dad always said, "I cannot afford it. I cannot afford it." Afford means to have enough money to buy something. When Robert asked for a new toy, Poor Dad said, "Money does not grow on trees." He believed that the love of money is the root of all evil. Then there was the second dad. This was the father of Robert's best friend, Mike. Let us call him Rich Dad. Rich Dad did not finish school. He did not have a PhD, but he was very smart in a different way. He owned businesses. He owned shops. He owned land. Rich Dad never said, "I cannot afford it." Instead, he asked a question. He asked, "How can I afford it? How can I afford it?" Do you see the difference? One is a statement, "I cannot." It closes the brain. One is a question, "How can I?" It opens the brain. Robert looked at his two dads. Poor Dad had lots of degrees but no money. Rich Dad had no degrees but lots of money. Robert decided to listen to Rich Dad. He decided to learn how money works. Chapter 2. The Rat Race, The Trap. One Saturday morning, Robert went to Rich Dad's office. Robert wanted to learn to be rich. Rich Dad looked at Robert. "Okay," said Rich Dad, "I will teach you. But I will not teach you like a school teacher. I will teach you like life teaches you." "How does life teach? Us?" asked Robert. "Life pushes you around," said Rich Dad. "I want you to work for me." So Robert started to work. He worked in one of Rich Dad's small shops. His job was boring. He cleaned the dust off the cans of food, Swipe, swipe, swipe. It was hot. It was dirty. Rich Dad paid him very little money, only 10 cents an hour. Robert worked for 3 weeks. He was tired. He was angry. This is terrible, Robert thought. I want to be rich, but I am working for pennies. I want to quit. Robert went to Rich Dad. He was crying. You cheated me, Robert shouted. I work hard, but you pay me nothing. Rich Dad smiled. Ah, he said, now you sound like most people. Now you are ready to learn the first lesson. Lesson 1. The Rat Race. The Rat Race. Rich Dad explained, Robert, look at the people in the street. They wake up, they go to work, they get paid, they pay their bills. Then they wake up and do it again. I have a burning question for you. Where in the world are you watching from? Are you relaxing on a sunny beach in Thailand? Are you sipping hot coffee in rainy Taiwan? Are you sitting on a bus in New York? Please let me know in the comments below. I get so excited when I see your flags. Work, money, bills. Work, money, bills. It is like a hamster running on a wheel, said Rich Dad. They run very fast, but they do not go anywhere. This is called the rat race. Most people are trapped here, said Rich Dad. Why? Asked Robert. Because of fear and greed. They are afraid of having no money, so they work hard. Then they get money, and they want to buy nice things. That is greed. So they spend the money. And then the fear comes back. It is a trap. Robert listened carefully. He understood. His poor dad was in the rat race. He worked hard for money, but the money disappeared every month. How do I get out? Asked Robert. Rich Dad leaned forward. You must learn the difference between an asset and a liability. Chapter 3. Asset versus liability. The Golden Rule. This is the most important chapter of the story. If you understand this, you can be free. Rich Dad took a piece of paper. He drew a line. On the left side, he wrote asset. On the right side, he wrote liability. Liability. School makes this complicated, said Rich Dad. Accountants make this complicated. But it is simple. Here is the rule, said Rich Dad. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. Let us repeat that because it is vital. Asset equals money in. Liability equals money out. Rich Dad gave examples. Example 1, a house. Most people think their house is an asset. Poor Dad said, my house is my biggest investment. But Rich Dad said, no. Does your house pay you money every month? No. You pay the bank. You pay for electricity. You pay for water. Money goes out. So, a house you live in is a liability. Example 2, a rental apartment. Imagine you buy a small apartment. You do not live there. Another person lives there. They pay you rent every month. Money comes in. This is an asset. Example 3, a car. You buy a beautiful new car. It is shiny. But you must pay for gas. You must pay for repairs. Money goes out. A car is a liability. Example 4. Stocks. You buy a small piece of a company. The company makes a profit. They send you a check. Money comes in. This is an asset. Rich Dad looked at Robert. The rich people buy assets, he said. The poor people have expenses. The middle class buys liabilities, but they think they are assets. Robert was shocked. He thought about his poor dad. His poor dad always bought new things, new furniture, new cars, a bigger house. He thought he was rich, but he was just buying liabilities. He was digging a hole. Chapter 4. Mind Your Own Business. Robert grew up. He was now a young man. He finished school. He got a job. He worked selling copy machines. It was a hard job. He had to knock doors. Knock, knock, knock. Do you want to buy a copier? Many people said no. But Robert remembered Rich Dad's lesson. He did not want to be in the rat race forever. Most people at his job spent their salary. They got paid on Friday. They went to the bar. They bought nice clothes. By Monday, their pockets were empty. Robert did something different. He lived simply. He drove an old car. He did not buy expensive watches. He saved his money. Why? To buy assets. One day, Robert had enough money. He did not buy a TV. He bought a small apartment. It was not pretty, but he rented it to a tenant. Every month, the tenant paid him money. The rent paid for the apartment loan, and there was money left over, $20 a month. It was not a lot of money, just $20, but Robert was excited. Why? Because he did not work for that $20. His money worked for him. While Robert slept, the apartment made money. While Robert ate lunch, the apartment made money. This is called passive income. Passive income. Passive means you do not have to be active. Robert continued to work his job, but he used his salary to buy more assets. He bought another apartment, then another. Then he bought some stocks. His friends laughed at him. "Robert," they said, "why do you drive that ugly car? Come on vacation with us. Spend your money." Robert smiled. "No thanks," he said. He was minding his own business. He was building his column of assets. Chapter 5. The Power of Taxes. Keep what you earn. As Robert got richer, he learned another secret. The secret was about the government. The secret was about taxes. His poor dad always said, "If you make more money, you pay more taxes." Poor dad complained about taxes. "The government takes half my money." Rich Dad taught Robert a different way. "The rich do not play by the same rules," said Rich Dad. Rich Dad explained the corporation. Corporation. A corporation is a legal body. It is a company. Here is the rule for employees like Poor Dad. You earn money. You pay taxes. You spend what is left. Here is the rule for corporations like Rich Dad. You earn money. You spend money on expenses. You pay taxes on what is left. Do you see the difference? The rich spend before they pay taxes. The poor spend after they pay taxes. Robert started his own corporation. He used his company to buy his car. He used his company to pay for dinner meetings. Legally, he paid less tax, and he kept more money to buy more assets. He realized that financial IQ is important. You must understand the law. You must understand accounting. Knowledge is power. Chapter 6. Work to learn, not to earn. Robert was now doing well, but he wanted to learn more. He quit his job selling copiers. He decided to get a new job. His poor dad was shocked. "Why did you quit?" asked poor dad. "You had a good salary. You had benefits." Poor dad valued security. Robert took a job in investment. He took a job in real estate, worked for very low pay. Why? Because Rich Dad said, "Work to learn. Don't work for money." Robert wanted to learn skills. He learned how to sell. He learned how to lead people. He learned how to read numbers. Rich Dad told him, "You are one skill away from great wealth." Many people are talented. Many people are smart, but they are poor. Why? Because they cannot sell, or they do not understand money. Robert learned sales. He was shy. He was afraid of rejection, but he practiced. He learned to speak to people. This skill made him rich later. Chapter 7. Overcoming Obstacles. The journey to financial freedom is not easy. There are monsters on the road. Rich Dad told Robert about the 5 obstacles. 1. Fear. Everyone is afraid of losing money. The difference is how you handle fear. Losers avoid failure. Winners learn from failure. Rich Dad said, "Winning means being unafraid to lose." 2. Cynicism. Cynicism means doubting everything. People say, "The economy is bad." People say, "Investing is risky." These people are chicken littles. They think the sky is falling. You must not listen to them. 3. Laziness. This is strange. Busy people are often the most lazy. They are busy working. They are busy watching TV. They are too busy to take care of their money. The cure for laziness is a little bit of greed. You must ask, what is in it for me? What would my life be like if I was free? 4. Bad habits. The poor pay everyone else first. They pay the phone company. They pay the landlord. They pay themselves last. The rich pay themselves first. They save and invest first. Then they pay bills. 5. Arrogance. Arrogance means thinking you know everything. Rich Dad said, "What I know makes me money. What I don't know loses me money." When you are arrogant, you stop learning. Robert fought these monsters. When he felt fear, he acted anyway. When he felt lazy, he reminded himself of his dream. Chapter 8. The Golden Goose. Freedom. Time passed. Robert was now 47 years old. His wife Kim was 37. They looked at their life. They had bought many apartments. They had bought hotels. They had stocks. Their assets were big. Every month, the money from the assets poured in. It was like water from a faucet. Flow, flow, flow. Their expenses were low, the money coming in was greater than the money going out. Robert looked at Kim. "We are free," he said. They stopped working jobs. They retired. But they were still young. They could travel. They could buy nice cars now. Why? Because their assets bought the cars. They did not use their sweat to buy luxuries. They used their assets' income. They had escaped the rat race. Poor Dad had worked hard all his life. He died leaving some bills behind. He was a good man, but he never understood money. Rich Dad became one of the richest men in Hawaii. He left millions of dollars to his son Mike. He left money to charities. He proved that you can be rich and generous. Robert wrote a book about his story, called it Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He wanted to teach the world. He wanted to teach you. Vocabulary Review. We have listened to the whole story. It is a powerful story. Now, let us review the most important financial words. I will say the word, you repeat it, and think about the meaning. Asset. Asset. Something that puts money in your pocket. Liability. Liability. Something that takes money out of your pocket. Rat race. Rat race. The cycle of working to pay bills. Afford. Afford. Having enough money to buy something. Passive income. Passive income. Money earned without active working. Invest. Invest. Using money to make more money. Financial freedom. Financial freedom. When your assets pay for your life. Final thoughts. What is your choice? My dear friends, my dear students, we are at the end of our lesson. Now you have a choice. You have heard the secret. Will you be like Poor Dad? Will you say, I can't afford it? Will you say, I am not interested in money? Will you work hard for money all your life? Or will you be like Rich Dad? Will you ask, how can I afford it? Will you start to buy assets? Will you start small? Will you learn? You do not need to be rich today. You just need to start thinking like a rich person. Change your mind, and you will change your bank account. Learning English is also an asset. It is a skill. It puts opportunity in your pocket, so you are already on the right path. Thank you for listening to this long story. I hope it inspires you. I hope it opens your eyes. Please tell me in the comments, what is one asset you want to buy in the future? A house to rent? Stocks? Or maybe a business? I am Gia. This is Let's Shuō English. Be smart, be brave, and become free. See you in the next video. Goodbye.